David Corson, May 4th, 2025, a little past noon. Just up here at the lot. I got up here about 10 o'clock to meet the irrigation guys, and look what they've got done already. Already dug the trenches, got some good video. They're putting in the sprinkler heads, just make sure that they work, measure everything else, and they're going to go on the sides and finish up. And the sod guy will come out and put in his stuff, get everything prepped with soil, and then plant the sod. 33 pallets. So this is all going to be done. Got a couple trees got to go in here. Got some bushes in here, and then I got to put my fence in. I'm going to do that next weekend myself. This is a bed that's going to get all, for mulch and whatever. But anyway, it's happening. Concrete's looking better. It's curing. Those aprons will get done here on Thursday, I think, when the brick gets delivered. And then we're almost done. But anyway, I'm clearing out the garage because it's getting epoxied on Monday, and it's got to be clean. So I've got some things that I got to get out of there. I got some trash. I had to get rid of the dumpster, so I got to come bring in a dumpster. Actually, it's like a big trailer, and I'm just gonna bring it here one day, probably on Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna put all the trash either down there or behind that fence, have them wheel it up. I'm just gonna chuck everything in there. But we got all this stuff in here, just some old wood, and we're gonna sell this door frame and the door. But we still got the little mortar and stuff, and these are for the sprinklers. And got to move the paint cans because they're still going to use that stuff. But this is all to get cleared out today, so that's what I'm up here doing. I'm trying not to get my shoes dirty. I just poured last night, so the ground is real soft. It's perfect to dig irrigation pipes. The ground's really soft, and boom, done. These guys are awesome. So they're out here working hard. They're going to be out here all day, getting some good video and getting it done. So hope you had a great Saturday night, and going into your Sunday. Maybe you went to church, maybe you're still sleeping, maybe you're out and about, but all in all, just an awesome day. And I'm going to get all this finished and go back and do about 5 or 7 miles on the asphalt, sweat, have a good dinner, and then get ready for an unbelievable week of finishing this house. The most fantastic thing was last night someone actually took a tour of our house. We live in a cul-de-sac. Anyway, all these kids are now grown, 8, 12 years old. They're all playing kickball and soccer and four squares. I mean, our cul-de-sac is a freaking circus. So my wife went out there and told all the neighbors, hey, putting our house up for sale, blah, blah, blah. And some guy was there goes, hey, that one? I hear you have a killer yard. And I said, yeah. Anyway, he goes, we'll buy it. Anyway, she said, give me 10 minutes. She came in, she goes, someone wants to look at the house. So she got the house together, and then 10 minutes later, he came in, and I took the dogs for a walk, and here they are. So hopefully we'll get an offer on, they know how much that house cost. 2 homes just went up. And anyway, we live in a cul-de-sac. We have a killer yard, and it's staged really well. So someone's going to buy it really quick. But I'd be psyched just to not have to deal with a real estate agent. Someone just kind of fell in our lap. And hopefully it'll happen. Until that stuff happens, I don't really worry about it. I'm worried about getting my irrigation done and the sod in, so all this clay is done and covered. But if it does come through, it makes my life a heck of a lot easier knowing that someone's approved, ready to go, and we can sell this house and then get my certificate of occupancy and start moving stuff in up here. So on moving day, it's just, you can bring up a lot of stuff up here that you don't need, the movers to do. And if you have those so many days beforehand to do so, you can get some stuff done that you don't need to, especially stuff that you don't want to break. Clothes I can put, bring a bunch of stuff up. But all the heavy stuff, let them move it. It's not worth it. So, but on that same track, here's what I'm thinking is my word of the day for Sunday, May 4th, 2025. And that word is anticipate. Yeah, anticipate. Why do I like that? Well, the bottom line is if you anticipate for better or for worse, you're prepared. It's basically, what's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen? I was a Dale Carnegie guy back in the day. I actually was a teaching assistant after I graduated. And I just liked watching people that couldn't even speak take a 6 to 8 week course, and then they could talk in front of 10,000 people if they had to, where When they started, they couldn't even have their voice. So, but they teach you what's the worst that can happen, what's the best that can happen. And if you anticipate that and you know it, you won't be shocked when things happen. Of course, life throws you always curveballs or knuckleballs that you can't hit, you can't, that stuff's just going to happen. Just like on the construction site here, I mean, we didn't know what, everything's marked and everything, but you never know. And you just keep your fingers crossed. But anticipating is just a really, really good trait to have. And once again, it's a connector, because when you anticipate, you can take action. And your action is by doing your research, getting prepared, watching video. It doesn't matter what you're doing, business, personal, athletics, life, sleep, whatever you're doing in your 24-hour day. If you anticipate and do your homework and get yourself ready for whatever it is you're trying to achieve, man, it'll go so much smoother than going in there blindly and not have it. It's like, you're playing a great team. Instead of watching video and all that stuff, hey, you should be anticipating what's going to go on. And if so, you're probably having a much better chance of getting a W than an L on the board. And that L is not for losing, it's for learning. So athletics, man, you got to anticipate what's going to go on. It's like working on a play with your teammates. You're on the same line. If you're on the hockey frozen pond or on the lax green, you know that, hey, you're going to spin the ball a couple times, and then that guy's going to set a pick, and then the other guy's going to come down. If it doesn't work, do it again, and then do a double pick. And they're expecting the single pick. The double pick happens, boom, that guy's open, score. But you got to anticipate that stuff, and that's why you practice. That's why you do your research. That's why you make mistakes and so forth. So you can anticipate everything that's going to happen. And if so, you're going to have a lot more wins than you will, L's on the board. Remember, L's do not mean lose. It's learn. You'll learn when you don't win. It's like when you get a no. That's one way you'll learn how not to present your product or service that you're trying to market. It's a statistics game. It's a numbers game with, in anything. But if you anticipate and know, and I'm not saying anticipate a word, but just know the facts. Know what's coming ahead of you. You're just going to be that much better off. Business, you got to anticipate. Okay, right now everybody's talking about tariffs. Okay, every day I get another letter from a vendor or whatever. We're raising our prices or whatever. The tariff thing is going to be, in my opinion, is going to be brief. And once it gets settled, hey man, it's going to be the golden age. It's going to start. And but you got to anticipate this stuff. Are your manufacturing costs going to go up? Are you do I need to add some more people? Do I have to add some more marketing? Do I have to find another vendor? Maybe you were offshoring it. Maybe you want to bring it back on shore. These are all things that you need to look at and anticipate how you're going to weather the storm, whether it's a short storm or a long storm. But if you know the storm's coming, you got to get ready for it. Like whenever it rains, we always pull our furniture back. We make sure the covers are on there. We don't get suffering. It's just like I check my tires on the truck to make sure that they're all there so my tires wear longer. You got to keep your air pressure up. It's just like basic database. We're going to anticipate what can happen. And if you do that, you're going to be that much better off. So, same thing with relationships. You got to anticipate, what's gonna go on. Maybe you said something you shouldn't have said the other night. So you're either gonna have to apologize or just come up and be honest. Hey man, I didn't mean to say that, or this or that. Or anticipate, hey man, I'm going to get a no, but you know what? It's a numbers game. The more no's I get, eventually someone's going to go out with me or go on the dance floor or whatever it might be. So these are the things that you got to think about, in relationships. And it doesn't have to be just personal. Because, it could be all the people that you communicate with every day. All right? Whether you go into the grocery store, you're in the convenience store, or you're at the doctor's office, or you're just going to the post office and checking your mailbox and you run into someone. You're communicating with people online, on Zoom, on emails. It's just, you're communicating with so many people. But if you anticipate how you want to present yourself, etc., whether it's digitally, in person, on an email, on a voicemail, on a phone call, you can anticipate how that's going to go. And you think if it goes positive and that person, and whether you know them or not, but you anticipate that's going to be successful, you are going to have a much better day and a better week and a better year when it's all said and done. All right? Anticipate, because if you anticipate, you got to look at things. And when you look at things, you get prepared. and then you can take action and go through the journey. Things will happen, and then you finish, and then you look back. And the things that you learn, next time you have that same project or that same gig, you can anticipate what's going to happen. Since you've already gone through it, it's like, it's like putting up doors every day. If you do it every day, you know how to do it. The first time you do it, hey, second time, but if you do it day in and day out, you're going to get good at it, So anticipate. Crucial in business. Crucial in relationships, crucial in the athletic field, and also crucial when you get sleep. You got to anticipate that you're going to get good sleep. I've been teaching my body, hey, when I'm going in there to floss and, brush my teeth and fill my water up, get myself, that I'm getting ready for bed. It knows that, hey, man, I'm ready for 6 to 8 hours. And if you can get it to anticipate, hey, when he gets in bed, man, I'm ready to unplug. Let's go to sleep. Put the fan on, the white noise, and let's rock and roll. So it'll help you sleep. You'll get up not groggy, and you'll have that much of a better day. So that's my word of the day for Sunday, May 4th, 2025. We'll be up here all afternoon. And like I said, I'm going to go home and do my 5 to 7 miles, and then have a great hydrate, shower, have a great dinner, and get ready for an unbelievable week. Got to be in Cleveland on Thursday morning for a reception, coming back Friday. So in any event, listen, that's from the heart. Take it to the bank, put up your knowledge vault, use it for a rainy day. And hey, sunny day. Hey, listen, rained last night, now it's sunny. But look, anytime you need it, go back and anticipate, and look at that. It'll change your whole outlook. Remember, it's your responsibility to make things positive. Whatever potholes or speed bumps that you hit, you got to fix it. You got to figure out a way to get through them. You got to anticipate that you're going to get it done. All right, you got to think positive. You got to be confident. You got to keep blinders. You got to keep moving forward, whether the road's rough or not. All right, and if you work on anticipate every day, every week, every month for the remainder of the year, all the way to December 31st, you'll see a change in yourself. Your mind will see a change in yourself. Your spouse, your husband, your wife, your kids, your pets, your coworkers, your teammates. Like I said, heck, you will. People are going to say, what's different about you? Oh, I've been working on myself. What have you been doing? Oh, I've just been, trying to get, positive and all that stuff. So that's my word, and anticipate. It's really, really important. And make sure it's in your verbiage. And one sentence connector, like I said, to anticipate, you got to do a lot of things and then put it into action. So I will see you tomorrow. Where, I have no idea, but I will. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And it's getting bright out here. I'm waiting for my wife to come up. I need some paper so I can put down inside, so I can put some things out and get it out of the garage and sweep. But listen, have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great Sunday night, and a fantastic start. Remember tomorrow when you get up early, make your bed, do a positive thing right away. Get in the shower, put your game face on, dress for success. I don't care if you're working out of the house. Make sure you're looking good if a call just comes out of the blue. Have a great breakfast. Work your tail off. Leave it all out there in the field. And before you know it, it'll be hump day and then TGIF. All right? But you got to take action. And just like here, listen, take action. Document every day what you do. And if you do it all the way, consistently, day in, day out, don't miss a day. You'll have 8 months of data on yourself and you'll freak out. You'll do it every day. It's like your own little coach. And you can look back at all those days, in the next 8 months that you'll go through, where you anticipated right, you anticipated less, you anticipated just right. So that's what it is. So I'm going to start piling some of this trash out here. And these guys are, getting their stuff done. So I'm just out here working, and they're working, and we're going to get done. I think my wife's bringing up some pizzas for lunch. I'm hungry, so we'll go from there. So I appreciate y'all. Be safe. Take action. Anticipate.